Hidden deep in Glen Esk, far from any town or village, sits an unusual stone crown in the middle of the Scottish wilderness. It marks the spot where Queen Victoria stopped for a drink of water more than 160 years ago. Today Sunny and I are heading into this remote corner of Scotland to find it for ourselves. Welcome back to Lochs and Highways, everyone. The route ahead today is relatively straightforward, following a rough estate track that eventually leads to Queen's Well. This same track is also used by walkers heading for Mount Keene, Scotland's most easterly Munro, although Sunny and I will be stopping well before then. Even on a sunny day like this, the breeze sweeps down the glen, carrying little more than the sound of the wind and the occasional bird call. As usual, Sunny has his own ideas about where we're going. He's spotted the river and is making a strong case for a detour. Lovely spot, to be fair. Progress has slowed slightly. Not because of the terrain, because every interesting smell in Glen Esk apparently requires a full investigation. It's absolutely stunning. This is why I tend to head out early in the morning. It's usually nice and quiet, and of course I can take my time and admire the great Scottish countryside. The route ahead presents our greatest challenge so far. A raging Highland torrent stands between us and Queen's Well, or as it's more commonly known, a small stream. Still, no point taking chances. I've come prepared with decades of experience crossing puddles in Scotland. This is one of those moments where you tell yourself, aye, that'll be easy enough. Right before discovering the rock you picked to step on is actually as slippery as a politician's promise. Against all odds, we've made it. The crossing is behind us. Spirits remain high, socks remain dry. Some of you might be wondering where Beau is today. Don't worry, she's perfectly okay. She's just decided a 9-mile walk over rocky tracks isn't really her idea of a relaxing day. Sunny was more than happy to take on the role of expedition leader instead. It's one of those days that reminds you why people fall in love with Scotland. Sunshine, big views, and just enough wind to remind you who's really in charge out here. Expedition leader Sunny has already taken up position at the best viewpoint, just standing there looking right up the glen, or watching the sheep. And I've got to admit, I knew this area was scenic, but this is absolutely unreal. We've been walking a fair wee bit now, so time for a drink. I've linked some of my stuff in the description below if you're curious. Don't worry, this isn't a sponsor or anything, just some of the bits I use. Just up ahead is the Queen's Well, a rather unusual stone crown sitting out here in the middle of Glen Esk. It marks the spot where Queen Victoria and Prince Albert stopped during their visit to Glen Mark back in 1861. This was part of their travels through the Angus glens, and they apparently paused here to drink from the spring. Not a bad spot to stop if you ask me. The inscription reads, "The year of Her Majesty's great sorrow." Sadly, Albert would pass away before the year was out, making that inscription all the more poignant. From here, the track continues on past the cottage and starts to climb steadily uphill. It actually leads all the way towards Mount Keene, Scotland's most easterly Munro. I'm not tackling that one today, but it gives you a sense of just how far into the glen you can go from here. Sonny, of course, looked briefly tempted to continue on, before remembering there might be food involved in the other direction. Walks like this is what it's all about, really. Fresh air, great views, and a bit of time away from everything else for a while. Sonny's definitely seemed to enjoy it too. If you've enjoyed coming along on this wee walk, feel free to subscribe and drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel. And if you've been to the Queen's Well, or even tackled Mount Keene from this route, let me know in the comments what your experience was like. It's always good to hear from people who've explored the area. Until next time, enjoy the great outdoors, and I'll see you out there on the roads, or the trails.
On Lochs and highways, hearts run free, where the land meets sky and the soul can be. Through every road, through every sea, this is home, it's you and me. On Lochs and highways, hearts run free, where the land meets sky and the soul can be. Through every road, through every sea, this is home, it's you and me.